Speed has always been a language Americans spoke fluently, but in the 1950s, that language became a shout. The Second World War had ended. Factories that once built bombers and tanks were now building automobiles. Engineers who had spent years solving problems of altitude, thrust, and aerodynamic force were turning their attention to the open road, and the American public, flush with post-war optimism, hungry for progress, and deeply in love with the idea of freedom on four wheels, was ready to buy whatever Detroit could dream up. This was the decade that invented the muscle car before anyone had a name for it. The decade when horsepower became a marketing weapon, when chrome became armor, and when the distance between 0 and 60 miles per hour became the single most important number a manufacturer could put in a brochure. These are the 10 fastest American cars of the 1950s, ranked by 0 to 60 acceleration, and the engineering stories behind every single one of them. At number 10, the 1959 Chevrolet Impala Supersport with the 348 cubic inch V8 engine. Chevrolet built the Impala to be many things: stylish, comfortable, aspirational. But underneath that sweeping tail-fin body sat an engine producing 315 horsepower that pushed the Impala from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in approximately 8.0 seconds. For a full-size family car in 1959, that figure was genuinely surprising. The 348 engine, known internally as the W Series, was Chevrolet's first true performance big block, a declaration that comfort and speed were no longer mutually exclusive. At number 9, the 1957 DeSoto Adventurer. Chrysler's performance division produced the Adventurer as a limited edition halo car, fitted with a 345 cubic inch Hemi V8, producing 345 horsepower, 1 horsepower per cubic inch, a benchmark that carried enormous prestige in that era. The Adventurer ran from 0 to 60 in approximately 7.7 seconds. It was rare, expensive, and brutally effective, a car that proved Chrysler's engineering ambitions extended well beyond the showroom floor. At number 8, the 1958 Pontiac Bonneville. Pontiac entered the late 1950s performance conversation with the Bonneville, a car fitted with a fuel-injected 370 cubic inch V8 producing 310 horsepower. The fuel injection system, rare and technically complex for its time, allowed for more precise combustion and improved throttle response compared to conventional carburation. 0 to 60 arrived in approximately 7.5 seconds. The Bonneville established Pontiac's performance identity, one that would define the brand for the entire following decade. At number 7, the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air with the fuel-injected 283. Few engines from the 1950s carried the legendary status of the Rochester fuel-injected 283 cubic inch small block V8. In its highest state of tune, it produced 1 horsepower per cubic inch, 283 horsepower from 283 cubic inches, a figure that stunned the automotive world in 1957. The Bel Air, equipped with this engine, reached 60 miles per hour in approximately 7.3 seconds. This was not merely a fast car. It was a technical statement that reshaped how Americans thought about engine efficiency and output. At number 6, the 1955 Chrysler C300. Before the muscle car era had a name, Chrysler built the C300, and with it, effectively invented the formula. A full-size luxury body wrapped around a 331 cubic inch Hemi V8, producing 300 horsepower. In 1955, no American production car made more power. 0 to 60 took approximately 9.8 seconds by modern measurement standards, but in the context of 1955 roads, tires, and driving conditions, the C300 was in a category entirely by itself. It dominated NASCAR that year, winning every race it entered. The C300 was not just fast, it was the blueprint.
At number 5, the 1956 Chrysler 300B. Chrysler refined the formula 1 year later with the 300B, raising displacement to 354 cubic inches and output to 340 horsepower in standard form. and an optional 355 horsepower in the highest specification, making it the first American production car to officially exceed 1 horsepower per cubic inch. 0 to 60 improved to approximately 7.1 seconds. The 300B was faster, stronger, and more resolved than its predecessor in every measurable way. Chrysler was not iterating. It was escalating. At number 4, the 1957 Ford Thunderbird with the 312 supercharged V8. Ford's answer to the performance arms race of the late 1950s arrived in the form of a supercharged 312 cubic inch V8, producing 300 horsepower. The supercharger, a Paxton unit force-feeding compressed air into the engine, gave the Thunderbird a power delivery that naturally aspirated engines of the era simply could not match. 0 to 60 came in approximately 7.0 seconds. The supercharged Thunderbird was produced in limited numbers and remains one of the most technically interesting American cars of the entire decade. At number 3, the 1957 Chevrolet Corvette fuel-injected 283. America's sports car received the same Rochester fuel injection system fitted to the Bel Air, but in the Corvette's lighter body, the result was transformative, with 283 horsepower driving a vehicle that weighed significantly less than a full-size sedan. The fuel-injected Corvette reached 60 miles per hour in approximately 5.7 seconds. That number, in 1957, was extraordinary by any global standard. European sports cars costing several times as much struggled to match it. The Corvette had, in a single model year, established itself as a legitimate performance machine rather than a stylish novelty. At number 2, the 1958 Chevrolet Corvette with the 290 horsepower V8. Chevrolet continued developing the Corvette's performance envelope through 1958, refining the fuel injection system and extracting 290 horsepower from the 283 cubic inch engine. 0 to 60 dropped to approximately 5.5 seconds. The 1958 Corvette was more composed, more powerful, and more capable than anything that had preceded it wearing an American badge. It was no longer competing with domestic rivals. It was competing with the world. At number 1, the 1959 Chevrolet Corvette with the 315 horsepower fuel-injected engine. By 1959, Chevrolet had extracted 315 horsepower from the 283 cubic inch small block through continued refinement of the fuel injection system, improved porting, and a higher compression ratio. The result was a 0 to 60 time of approximately 5.3 seconds, a figure that would not be embarrassed by many sports cars produced a full decade later. The 1959 Corvette was the culmination of everything the 1950s performance movement had been building toward. Lighter than its European rivals, more powerful than its domestic competitors, and more technically sophisticated than anyone outside Chevrolet's engineering department had expected, it stood alone at the top of the decade. What the 1950s performance era reveals, looking back from any distance, is not simply that Americans liked fast cars. Every era likes fast cars. What it reveals is that speed in post-war America carried a specific meaning. It was proof of industrial capability, proof that the factories were working, that the engineers were thinking, that the country was moving, literally and figuratively, in a direction that could not be stopped. Every 0 to 60 time on this list was not just a number. It was an argument that American engineering had arrived, that it belonged in the same conversation as anything Europe was producing, and that it intended to win that conversation on its own terms. The cars on this list did not simply go fast, they changed what fast meant. If machines like these are what brought you here, the ones that rewrote the rules before anyone knew the rules existed, subscribe and stay with the channel. There are more stories where this one came from, and every one of them moves.